topic is waterfall model. So the various topics that we are going to cover are this. So let's move to the introduction on waterfall model. This model basically follows the top-down approach, as its name represents. Water falls from the top to down. It was introduced in 1970s by a person named Winston Boyce. It is also called as sequential model or linear model. The reason being, there are various phases in this model which are followed one by one. Means that if we are done with the current step or phase, then only we will be able to move to the next phase. So once we have achieved the goal of the first phase, then we can move to the next phase. Actually, there are various phases like conceptualization, initialization, then about the design and development, then how to test the product after deployment or developed, then about the production and updation, then finally we will have the maintenance at the last, so that we need to maintain and update the software. So the most important thing about this model is that, as I have told, it is sequential model that follows sequential order as predefined manner. So we cannot get back to the previous step as per the requirement of the customer or the developer. So this is the major problem in the waterfall model. So each step need to be completed if we want to move to the next further step. And once we are done with all the steps, then we will get the final product, that is the software. So it was about the introduction. Let's move to the working of waterfall model. So this is the basic diagram over here to represent how the waterfall model actually works. So the first phase is, or the step we can say, that is feasibility study. Feasibility study means that the feasibility of the product, that is whether we can say that whether your project is feasible or not, whether it is okay with the cost estimation and the technical staff required, or we can say that it must be cost and time efficient product. All this comes under the feasibility study. So next step is requirement analysis and designing. So this is the second step, where we need to analyze the requirements of the customer. So we have to note all the requirements of the customer in a paper, so that we can form a SRS, that is software requirement specification. It means that we are just writing down all the requirements of the customer on a document, so that we can have a proper report or documentation. So after analysis of that requirement, then only we will move to the next phase, that is designing phase. Designing phase means that we have to finally implement the phase, and we will design the outer look for the product. Then we will have the coding and the unit testing. So the coding part means that with the help of programming languages according to the requirement, like C#, C++ or C, ASP.NET, PHP, Java, Core Java or Advanced Java, depending upon the requirement, we will choose for the programming language. Then we will develop the code for the entire product. Then we will come to the unit testing part. Unit testing part means that module to module we will test the each part of the code, whether there are some bugs or errors. Then finally we will remove all the bugs and move to the next step, that is integration and system testing. Now we will combine all the modules together, we will integrate everything, and entirely the product, the entire system will be tested. And again, if there will be any kind of bug, it will be removed. Then further we will move to the next phase, that is deployment. Deployment is very important part. Like if a badly implemented system we will have, it will be really very hard and difficult to be maintained. So we have to remove all the errors and remove all the bugs. We need to fix all of them. Then we will finally able to deliver the product to the customer. That means that we will install the software in the system, or we will provide full support and maintenance to the customer also. So these are the various steps that are mandatory and they will be followed one by one in the model of waterfall. So this is the basic working. Let's move to the features. As I have told, this is the earliest model. It is also called as classic life cycle model, sequential model, linear cycle model, etc. So every phase must be implemented, then only we will be able to move to the next phase and finally we will reach the final step. So it is easy to understand this waterfall model and we can easily implement also. But it is not that much comfortable for the large projects as we are having some predefined steps and all the predefined steps need to be followed, that is mandatory. And another feature is that the requirement of the customer must be very clear to the developer and it must not be ambiguous, like there must be very clarity in the purpose of the product. Then as it is very helpful in short project and assignments with less risk in this model. So now come to the advantages of waterfall model. As it is easy to understand and manage and to implement also. Once we have done with the small modules, we can integrate all the modules, we can combine them very easily and get the final product, which is very straightforward model. So the project over here which are having short span of time, that can be developed with the help of waterfall model and with the good quality also. As we are having proper paperwork in this model, thus we can finally say that we are having proper report for the entire working or the progress of the product. So next is the disadvantages of waterfall model. What are the disadvantages? Actually in this model we are having more disadvantages than the advantages, because the reason being we are following sequential model, which means one by one. If we want to implement any kind of updation in the previous step, that cannot be implemented by the developer, or once the product is completely done, we cannot add any kind of modification in the intermediate steps also. So that is the biggest disadvantage of this waterfall model. So let's discuss one by one. No working software is produced until late. It means that if we are done with all the steps and we have come to the last point of the step, then only we will be able to deliver the product to the customer. It means that we cannot provide any kind of beta product to the customer. So the next is uncertainty for big budgets. So this model is really helpful for the small projects, but the big budget projects cannot be perfectly implemented with the help of waterfall model. So this is again a disadvantage. Then the important point is that it is not according to the real life world problems. Like object oriented programming cannot be done, those kind of projects cannot be done or implemented with the help of waterfall model. Next is that within stage or intermediate stage or phase, we cannot measure the progress of the project until the product is fully done. So again, modifications cannot be done according to the customer requirement. Next point is that the testing time comes quite later, which is the important point in the software engineering, that we must have time to time testing and it must be good efficient. So the next point is prior resource allocation. Again, it is disadvantage that the resource allocation is again a problem for this. The last point is that communication gap can result in big problems. It means that if we are doing SRS, that is requirement, we are writing on the paper, it must be very clear and we must have good interaction with the customer also, that what are the proper requirements of the customer of the product, so that we can deliver the perfect software to him according to the need. So the communication gap is really a big problem. So this was all about the waterfall model. Now let's discuss some MCQs related to the same topic. So the first question is, which of the following is not the step or phase under waterfall model? So the various steps are feasibility study, requirement analysis and defining, coding and unit testing, deployment, integration and system testing. So what is the correct answer? The answer is fourth, none of the above. As we know that these all are the phases of waterfall model. So other also we have some other steps also like delivery, installation, support, etc. But these are the mandatory steps. So the next question is, what do you understand by the term requirement analysis in waterfall model? What is the correct answer? All possible requirements of the system to be developed. It means that what are the possible requirements of the customer for the system that need to be developed, and it has to be analyzed properly. So that is the definition of requirement analysis. So this was the all about waterfall model along with the MCQs. Thank you.